The final two bills before us today are introductory numbers 722 and 723, sponsored at the request of our administration by Council Member Weprin and Gennaro. Introductory number 722 expands the boundaries of the Bryant Park Business Improvement District to include the new Bank of America Tower, and introductory number 723 changes the method of assessment upon which the district charge is based to include a new class for properties located in two business improvement districts. Business improvement districts, also known as BIDs, are voluntarily formed community organizations to promote business development and improve the quality of life in neighborhoods across the city. Established by local law, BIDs are self-funded by local property owners and are overseen by the city's Department of Small Business Services. The Bryan Park BID was established in 1986 and includes over 740 businesses. The new Bank of America Tower is located on a property just outside of the BID's boundaries on the corner of 42nd and 6th Avenue, and the company requested that their new headquarters be included in the Bryan Park BID so that they could support the great work being conducted by the BID. In showing their commitment to the neighborhood, Bank of America even chose a new address for their building, 1 Bryan Park. Bank of America has also requested to be a part of the adjacent Times Square Alliance, further demonstrating their support of BIDs. And I would like to thank the Commissioner of the Department of Small Business Services, Rob Walsh, who's with us, and his staff for working with the BID and Bank of America to make Bryan Park an even greater destination for tourists and native New Yorkers alike. I'd also like to thank the City Council for approving this legislation. Rob, and then David.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for your support of business improvement districts from day one. You've not only encouraged us to create new business improvement districts, but to expand the existing BIDs, and that's exactly what we're doing today. Today we have 59 business improvement districts, and our work is not done yet. There's more to come. BIDs provide over $100 million in services, sanitation, security, capital projects all over the 5 boroughs now. I think it's a real true testament to the leadership of Dan Biederman and people like Bob Lieb and Dan Pizark, who I see in the audience, when a company like the Durst Organization and their tenant, Bank of America, come to them and say, not only expand to our block, but we want to take a Bryant Park address. Think about that, whether that would have taken place years ago. Dan, you and your team have done a fabulous job in leading Bryan Park and really turning it around, so I say thank you. I also want to thank the staff. Dave Margalit, our Deputy Commissioner, has done phenomenal work in leading the BID movement along with Jeremy Waldrop and folks like Michael Malamud and Eddie. Thank you. And finally, David Weprin, our supporter at the Council. BIDs are back on track. And one of the reasons is the strong relationship we now have with the City Council. David is a person who understands the value of BIDs and has helped us and encouraged them to grow. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Yes, I've said this many times. I've been proud since 2002 to be the prime sponsor of all the business improvement districts under the Bloomberg administration, and not all prior administrations were as supportive as Mayor Bloomberg and Commissioner Walsh. And it's really a win-win situation. You know, we all came into government, at least us, in 2002 in the middle of a fiscal crisis, and we could not have done a lot of the things we did for the business community had it not been for business improvement districts and the support of the business community. It's really a win-win situation. It doesn't substitute for city services. We still provide all the city services that we're required to provide, but these are extra services that really do make a difference to the businesses, and I hold hearings all the time, and very rarely do we get businesses that object to these business improvement districts. They're overwhelming, you know, over 90% in almost every case of the businesses support these BIDs, and I really want to thank Mayor Bloomberg once again for his foresight and leadership in improving, creating, as well as expanding existing BIDs.
Thank you, David. And would anybody like to add anything? Sir. Yeah. Please identify yourself to the...
My name is Bob Lieb. I'm co-chairman of Bryan Park, Mr. Mayor. I sit here and I smile because it's a pleasure walking in the front door and not having a wanted poster on your up for you, coming in and trying to defend against some prior administrations. But we've really gotten a wonderful lot of help from Commissioner Walsh, Commissioner Benepe, It's been a labor of love. I was there at the beginning when we had to convince a bunch of owners that a bid was a good thing for Bryant Park, and you know, I have a lot of famous quotes in one of the articles about, you know, what civil liberties have to do with the park. But we're very proud of what we've done. We're very thankful of all your efforts, and I think Dan and our staff has really done a wonderful job. So that's why I came down here today and wanted to express my personal thanks.
Nice to say. Would anybody like to add anything, particularly if they're glowing compliments about the administration? I'll thank you.
Dan, you want to come up? Bob? Dan, please go. Gordon from the Durst.
C of A is in the building, Mr. Mayor.
C of A. I didn't see the lapel pin.
I'm working on that.
Jeremy?
Should be easy, right?
Staff, come on.
Should be very easy.
David, Margaret?
You did a great job.
These guys.
Okay. Starting from left to right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Money for everybody, I think. Absolutely. Hey, a great plan. Everybody, thank you. Nice day for the city. Joya, Garodnik, Rivera, Montserrat, Comrie.
Kitty.